Hey guys, Tara here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Stadschutt. Playing for today's spawning in the south, we have Melomaniac as the Soviets, and his loadout is mechanized support, guard motor coordination, and shock rifle frontline. Teaming up with him is smallNhii as US forces, who has straight away locked in airborne, going for a Pathfinder first strategy. In the north, excuse me, playing as us here, we have PRIZRAK. And his loadout is Jaeger armor, encirclement, and German infantry. Teaming up with him is Emperor Li, also as us there, who has Jaeger infantry, elite troops, and German mechanized. This is a random team game. Basically everyone in this game is somewhere between rank 150 and 200 in random team rank. So that's where everyone stands. Trying to get a tank trap down early. It's a good idea if you can manage it. Grenadier's going to come over there now to fight them, so I don't think they're going to be able to complete it. Pathfinder's taking a long range fight, but then they're backing away here for some reason. That's like the ideal range for Pathfinders against Grenadiers, so I'm not sure why he backed away there. Kind of just leaving his teammates to dry a little bit. He's getting shot from two angles by two squads. Pathfinders were there, they could help contribute a bit. Because yeah, Pathfinders will beat Grenadiers long range, but Grenadiers will beat Pathfinders close range. So a lot of people are kind of curious like how you should play that match. And generally as with the Grenadiers, it's something you don't usually do, but yeah, just run to close range to try to fight them.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
Well, we've got a conscript build here from Melomaniac. 3 cons into tier 2 now with his retreated combat engineer.
Conscripts, now you can use Molotovs to burn
The team's managing to secure fuel, munitions, and victory point early, so pretty even match. We have Molotovs from Melomaniac, so that's helping him in his push. Let's get this squad with the other Molotov over here. Here it comes. Pretty well dodged though. Let's get out of there now. 2v1.
We have been granted access to superior arms and soldiers. The enemy is taking our territory.
So 4 grand build for PRIZRAK. Generally at the top level of play you see, I mean you do see this sometimes. I think used it GCS, it was Rufero used a strategy like this, but he'd go for a second squad pioneers because especially in 1v1s, you really need that early field presence. But in 2v2s, it's not quite so important. You know, your teammates kind of capping half the map. So I think you can get away with... Ooh. Can't get away with that re-echelon. Down it goes. But yeah, you can get away with just going for 4 greens. Don't need the second pioneer. So I think that's a fair enough build. And the good thing about going for grenadier builds like this is that it's just easier. You don't have to worry about positioning your machine gun. Don't have to worry about getting flanked and whatnot. Just easier on the execution. Might not be quite as powerful, but it is easier to use. You see, smallNhii has really been playing quite passively with his units. Like you're trying to avoid damage on his Pathfinders at all costs, trying to use them like strictly in support. I think he has been a little bit too cautious with them. He's been pushing a little bit more aggressively. A lot of fire from many angles here. So this is the kind of adjustment, yeah, the rifleman probably shouldn't be doing. Should just stay in the fight for a little bit longer, then retreat. Ooh. Nice mortar shell there, almost gets the wipe. We have a half-track here, upgrading with the flamethrowers for the Emperor. There's also Spectre Commander going for Jaeger Infantry. Strong option. Now all modes. A lot of low health squads for smallNhii, so it's gone for the ambulance. Also airdropped in a 50 cal here. Oh, but it looks like this rifle squad's going to go down on retreat here. Flamer just chasing in. Might even lose his Pathfinders now as well. Maybe not. Looks like the Flamer's trying to avoid the conscripts who are kind of charging at it, feigning that they have anti-tank grenades, but they do not yet. He's got them in construction though, about 3/4 complete. But I can't close the distance in time. I'll for resist as well. I think it's a good option at this point. There's still, you can see the amount of fuel he has. If he makes tier 3, he's not going to have nearly enough for a vehicle of his own to counter the Flame Half-Track at this point, so does need the Zist to fight it off. Now smallNhii's gone for... Well, that's very weird that he airdropped in... He airdropped in a 50 cal when he could have just built one, because he's gone Lieutenant. I did see that correctly though, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he just wanted to save the manpower, I suppose. That's the only real reason. Even then, it's not really that much of a manpower saving, right? It's like 125 and 50. By the time you reinforce it for 100, you're saving what? 55 manpower, something like that, for the cost of 50 munitions. It doesn't really seem that good. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend that. Just yeah, just build it, honestly. Just don't bother dropping it in, because generally with this commander it is quite munitions hungry, especially in the mid to late game. If you want to get paratroopers, upgrading them with the weapon upgrades is pretty expensive. Then also you want to save for the P-47 rocket strafe. So yeah, overall, don't do that. Don't airdrop in a weapon in those kind of situations. It's a waste of munitions, in my opinion. G43 Grenadiers chasing down the Zis, very close to base though, should be able to get away. But the Axis are pushing really aggressively. Right on the doorstep, that Flame Half-Track giving them a lot of pushing power here. Forcing the Allies completely off the map basically right now. This is going to be a hard climb back for the Allies. Oh, maybe was that a misclick on the retreat there? I don't know why he was retreating those squads. They were still quite healthy. Looks like it might have been the error. Do have a squad branching out though, getting on top of the fuel. Not going to be connected. Do have a machine gun heading over that way. Pathfinders do have excellent line of sight, so they will spot that machine gun setting up if it tries to fire on them, but looks like it's just going to set up on this cover, and actually he's got the ambush camouflage, so... Oh, nice rifle grenade dodge. So they actually won't see it. Pretty sure that's out of their sight range. Yeah, well, they might have seen it going up. It's hard to tell. So right on the edge of their sight range. Allies have pushed out pretty effectively. I think that's largely due to the fact that Emperor Lee, retrieved those 2 squads. They couldn't keep the containment that long because of it. That was weird. Those mortar shells kind of stopped me from hearing other sound effects. Sounds like he's got bars on this Pathfinder squad. 1 bar, perhaps. Flamer heading over there, though. Pathfinder's pretty healthy, should be able to get away. Generally, I think like bar finders not that effective, especially the airborne bar Pathfinders, because the airborne Pathfinders have 2 of the scope Garans. And the scope Garans actually have pretty bad DPS. And because they have 2 of them, they also kind of, they don't technically occupy weapon slots. You can still pick up 2 bars, but similar to the old Bren Tommies, they can lead to weapon drops. So yeah, don't really recommend bar finders for the airborne Pathfinders. It's an option, but I don't think it's that good. But what is much stronger is the INR Pathfinders. They've only got 1 scope Garand, so much less likely to drop weapons. Just better DPS overall. I think they're much better Pathfinders just overall. T70 hit in the field finally for Melomaniac. A little bit too close. Greenies get in there for the Faust. And here comes a Panzer IV. Oh man, T70 didn't get anything done this game. Just Allied fuel control was so poor for a good chunk of time there. Thanks to that Flamer half-track, T70 came out super late. Just had no impact on the match. Gone for a seconds this though, that's the right choice. Should help against both the Panzer IV and the Flame half-track. Might be able to even one shot the Flame half-track with the 2 just combining. Gone for a squad of guards as well. Locked in mechanized support. Very solid option. One of the most popular Soviet team game commanders. Threatened the Molotov, so the squad retreated from high cover. Conscripts ooh-ahing in, but yeah, LNG Grenadier is here to stop them. He needs his Maxim over here. Here it comes. There's a mortar, 2 mortars in fact nearby for PRIZRAK though, so that's going to make this team weapon play in the middle a little bit dicey. And to outmaneuver the double mortars. There's this barrage coming in here. Sweepers spot the mine. Don't defuse it yet though. Ooh, that was a big hit. Ooh, and that was a nice rifle grenade as well. That was actually a straight tech as well to tier 3, so he skips tier 2. That's why that Panzer IV came out so quickly. Very rapid tech. PRIZRAK. That is like a pretty decent way to go about it. Like these 2, this is a random team game, but if you can skip tier 2, goes straight into a fast Panzer IV, then your opponent goes, or your teammate rather, goes straight to tier 4, like Flame Half-Track to tier 4 or tier 2. In the meantime, it's a pretty good way to go about your ticking. There we go. Flame Half-Track finally goes down to the Zis. Looks like he lost his Zis though. Definitely building a second Zis at one point. Maybe it never came out. I wasn't paying that close attention. Too busy talking about Pathfinder's bars, I assume. But you know, I think it's helpful for you guys to hear my opinion on Barfinders. Oh, and now that's a mortar for Emperor Li. So 3 mortars for the Austria team. Does leave them a little susceptible to rocket artillery. Ooh, nice. Mortar now from Melomaniac as well. So it's a real mortar fest, this gang. Do you see straight into Scott for smallNhii? And here comes the Brumbeer. This is really fast for Emperor Li. Allies could be in trouble here. They've got a pair of anti-tank guns, but... Okay, here we go. Needs to use the sabot rounds here. Calling in light artillery barrage on the anti-tank gun. Did get a little bit lucky there. I think the M1 penetrated every hit even without the armor-piercing rounds activated. Brumbeer only just got away there. Decal getting decrewed. A lot of G43s here for Li. Scott should be really good in this kind of engagement though. We have marked vehicle popped on one of these Panzer IVs. Slowing down their progress. Looks like he will actually hold the line here, maintain control of this 50 cal. Could crew it with Pathfinders. This does make it a little bit expensive reinforced, but then I have the excellent Pathfinder line of sight. So it is a pretty decent option sometimes to crew 50 cal Pathfinders, make it super high sight. That kind of option is actually quite strong against things like Obersoldaten. The problem with Obers is quite often, especially once they have Vet 2, they can just solo you 50 cal frontally. Just, you know, the gunner goes into the death loop and there you have it. But with the extra sight from Pathfinders spotting them from long range, does allow you to get the suppression in earlier, makes them more effective against Obers.
Points are down to 300.
Yeah, the Allies ticking under 300 VPs there. Scott going to work here. 5 kills. Quite a lot of health damage as well. Going for a second Scott. It's a little bit dicey at this point in the match to go for 2 Scots with only 1 anti-tank gun, 1 squad with a bazooka. Could quite easily get bum rushed by these double Panzer IVs if they find the right angle. I don't think the Allies have put down any mines either, or not many at least. So you're going for double Scots is yeah, a little bit scary at this point in the match. But they don't quite have the anti-tank to support it. And they're finally back up to full. One of the mortars goes down though to the double Scots. feel like it was unusual, especially for Emperor Lee, to go for a mortar so late. During team games, going for them that late is bad because of the rocket artillery. Like, you can't, if you really need one, go ahead and get one. But, you know, your teammates should be able to provide the support there, so I didn't feel it was necessary. Easily dodged there, bit of a waste of munitions. All these greenies now going after this fuel cache, and this G43 is actually doing a bunch of damage to it. It's going down really fast. Desperately need a vehicle from Melomaniac. Does have his tier 4 up, which is honestly a questionable decision at this point. Very close to 14 CPs. If he didn't have his tier 4, would have just about the right amount of fuel by the time he hits the ISU 152 command points. Could use a Panzerfaust here to try to finish off this fuel cache. He's that desperate to kill it. The arrival of the conscripts overwhelms him there. A bit out on the flank. Looks like it's taken a couple of hits. Allies really fighting back strongly in the middle. These double anti-tank guns causing the Axis some headaches. Oh, there we go. He's actually gone for it. Seconds this now. So 3 anti-tank guns. It is really tricky. Oh, but PRIZRAK here doing a good maneuver here. These Zistas have been using the camouflage, but the recon plane will spot them. Will reveal them from the camouflage, so will help PRIZRAK find an angle for his Panzer Force to attack. Get away from those anti-tank guns. So he doesn't have to... Well, looks like he's going in though. He's just going straight after the Scots. We've got a Werfer barrage coming in. Does a little bit of damage, but nothing too severe. The Panzer Force is backing away now. It was actually PRIZRAK's own Werfer, so he's tech to tier 4. Going for the Werfer. But he might leave it up to his teammate, but his teammate's going for a Panther. Thing is, the Elephant's going to be quite a long way away, thanks to this tier 4 tech. And he might need it, because as I mentioned, the ISU 152 looks like Melomaniac, despite having teched for tier 4, is going to go straight for the 152, so the Elephant will probably be necessary this game. And probably could have had a read. PRIZRAK probably could have had a read on his opponent having gone for this commander, because he's seen the guards, he's seen the marked vehicle, and he's seen the anti-tank gun camouflage, so don't really like him taking to tier 4 and going for the Werfer there.
The Panther has arrived from the fatherland.
Should have just saved for the Elephant. Jackson now coming in for smallNhii.
A capture point.
Good option. He did go for a second M1 as well. We've got another Werfer barrage coming in. This one's slightly closer range. But pretty good dodge from both the allies. Managed to get out of the zone. Don't take too much damage there. In those scenarios, you might want to try target them like a little bit further back, expecting your opponent to pull their units back in a straight line. You might get a better target, especially in those scenarios where it's so obvious where they want to be targeting. Now he's going after that cash again. He's really not liking that cash. Just using his squads in a blob here. That's kind of what you do in team games, I suppose. Just getting some good hits in though. You really notice the Brumbier having that slight armor decrease. Makes a big difference. Panzer IV is right on top of his M1. M1 sets up though, it's got a wide arc of fire. And the Panzer IVs have to back away, can't quite get the kill. Now the Jackson's moving in. Is the Jackson going to be able to clean up one of these Panzer IVs? Doesn't look like he's going to chase in. Light artillery barrage, but easily evaded by Melomaniac. Smoke grenade from Jaeger Command. Squad went down to the mortars there. Panther coming in from the side. Ooh, that was a big hit. That was this forcing away. Oh my. Mass anti-tank grenades down. Oh, that's the 152 as well. And now the Panther's in trouble as well. 152 hitting the battlefield. We do have a pack here, but bouncing. Oh, and the Panther not going to get away. The Jackson comes in. Mop it up.
One of our Panzers has been destroyed.
So, yeah, 152 hitting the battlefield.
Enemy forces
Making a big impact, knocking out the Brumbier almost straight away. Panther also goes down. A little bit careless. Lee there. Now switch over to the high explosive rounds. But yeah, you see the massive army size disparity now. Lee's actually lost a lot. And smallNhii, like, it looks like he's low on supply, but once he recruits his vehicles, it's actually going to be much higher. Light artillery barrage coming in once more. Some pretty good damage this time. Just gets out of there. Close call though. Double Panzer IVs. These guys have really had trouble being effective so far this match, but they might get one of these Scots here. Scott is vetted up, could use the smoke. Doesn't even use the smoke, but just gets out of there in the nick of time. Both of them just get out of there. Oh, that was a close call. You taking some shots from the side. Jackson considering the chase there, but Grenadiers with the Faust nearby shut that down. And the battle rages on. Both Panzer IVs have hit Vet 2 now, both got the armoured skirts. That should help them out, especially if smallNhii doesn't use the sabot rounds. Oh, there we go. Squad down. That was the Pathfinders, right? For the 50 cal, does a little bit of damage. Looks like I might have hit the M1 as well. Another squad goes down. That was the lieutenant there. Drops the bazooka as well. Dropped in some paratroopers, also fresh squad of Pathfinders for smallNhii, who's lost quite a lot of infantry recently. Those Scots though, still doing a good job in the central VP region. Blocking out the infantry, trying to cap there. Oh, he's gone for a second whiff, I didn't even notice that. That was already hit Vet 2 as well. It's good news, got the cooldown bonus.
Reconnaissance flight ready at your disposal.
Smoking this off. Grenade in. Umbi is nearby as well. Launches a shot. Some big chunk of damage, but not quite enough to get the kill. Pack getting some shots in from the side. This is on high explosive though. Gets a good hit in return on the pack. Second pack squaring up now though. Could use a attack ground here with the 152. But our allies have definitely stabilized in terms of army composition right now. In my opinion, seem to be ahead. Grenadiers charging in, trying to get the Faust. I don't think they managed it though. These rifles almost wipes them too. Also a whiff in this area with the 152 area, but unsuccessful. You have the Thompson upgrade on these paras. Looks like they could go down here to these double LMG Grenadiers. Oh, but the LMG Greens also get wiped by the Scott in return. Lethal game here. smallNhii is squad preservation seems to be a little bit underwhelming. But sometimes it is quite tricky to micro Scots. I'll give him that. Thing is though, he didn't before, you know, he didn't use the smoke trying to escape from his Panzer IVs. Could easily have lost one of the Scots there. Whereas the smoke made that not impossible, like PRIZRAK could have used attack ground through smoke, but it makes it a lot harder to get the kill. Especially at the range that they were at. It's good screw rowing onto the VP. So he forces away the machine gun, gets an anti-tank grenades, maybe a second one even as well. A lot of squads in the retreat path here though. Don't think he's going to get any wipes. Interesting to see he goes for LMG on one of his squads as well. Especially against the double Scots, you do want the G43s. You can help it. Oh, PRIZRAK's finally got the elephant. He's just been biding his time until the elephant hits, and here it is. It's going to make life very tricky for the 152. Melomaniac, though, has saved enough fuel for another vehicle of his own. Yeah, we do have the Stadschutt air support coming in. Looks like it's going to be hitting the Jackson first off. There's a lot of damage to it as well. Werfer coming in on the Zis, almost knocking that out. This is carnage. The recon play going as well for PRIZRAK. Elephant's there. Elephant's getting some big hits on the 152 long range. Zis squaring up again. Needs these Grenadiers come in and take care of these Zis, clear them out, so the Elephant can continue the charge forwards. 152 staying in the danger zones. Going to take a pass from the Stadschutt air support, almost goes down. Surprised he's not getting more aggressive here. Grenadiers finally getting on top of the Zis now, but a little bit late. Oh, Lieutenant goes down there. He's an officer of some sort. I feel like the Axis could have pushed a little bit harder there. They had the recon going. They had the planes going. They just pushed on the back of that, I think they would have been able to knock out the anti-tank guns, and all would have come tumbling down like a house of cards for the Allies. Probably wouldn't have been able to get the 152, but it's okay. As long as they take out the anti-tank guns, they're in a really good spot. Coming in the middle VP area. Successful. Another Werfer coming in. Looks like he had to cancel it. Threat of the rifle grenades made him cancel it mid-barrage, but gets revenge on that squad, knocking it out there. Jackson getting some good hits in from the side. But these squads have sprint, so you can sprint forwards with this commander. Ooh, what a shot from the Scot! One shot, 4 models down. That is nasty. But you can sprint forward with the Grenadiers and then pop a Faust in. It's really nice. A lot of repairs going on for the Axis.
Is ready for use.
Second Strug coming in for Lee. Interesting that he did backtick to tier 3 to make some Strugs instead of sticking with the Panther. Oh man, this barrage so lethal. Got a light artillery barrage coming in on the area. Doesn't quite knock out the Zis though. Yes, there was a Werfer barrage coming in as well. Got some suppression on the Maxim there. Whoa! Brumbier goes down, just kind of sitting in front of the double anti-tank guns there. It seems like Lee, his armor preservation is not that good. Like losing both his tanks over here before to the 152, and now losing Brumbier in the middle, sitting in front of. Oh, whoa! Was that double Werfers knocking out the Scot there? No, just the one. Must have got weakened by the Jackson or something first. I mean, not the Jackson, the Elephant rather. Okay, now I've got P-47s coming in for smallNhii. Axis do have 2 tanks with the Pintle upgrade. Oh man, the P-47s actually do more damage to the infantry than the tanks there. Jackson pushing in on the back of this. Looks like we've got conscripts pushing in as well, trying to maybe mop up a few of these decrude team weapons. Jackson, Elephant's still in the danger zone. And both the P-47s still alive at this point, haven't been shot down yet. Looks like they're going to come in for another pass right about now. This could be trouble. Elephant taking some big damage here. I think they have one more pass perhaps. 152 getting really aggressive, and here comes the final pass. Some medium damage to the Panzer IV. 152 sticking around, trying to destroy a few of these crew team weapons. Often being double repaired here, getting pretty healthy pretty quick. Fortunately, didn't quite get in range for the killing blow on that SU-85. Double Stugs coming around the side now though. Axis have had a really strong control of this VP the whole time, and have also been harassing this one, so VP game still pretty good for the Axis.
We must defend our headquarters.
despite losing a lot of units recently. One Werfer does 2 models. And there's this, the second Werfer coming in. Is it targeting the same area? Oh, a little bit further back there. Does some good damage with that one. Forcing away the Maxim. Oof. Gotta be careful with that 152. If your elephant's not in range to return fire, don't be running squads in here. Your elephant needs to be in range to return fire, otherwise you're just bleeding manpower for free. Looks like maybe they're going to go for all in here on the 152. Oh, there's this barrage combining with the 152. Those grenadiers could go down. Stuks though coming in from the side. Elephant from the front. Panzer IV's pushing in now as well. This could go down here. They should definitely try and kill the Zis if they can. Playing so timidly though. Now they're going in a little bit late. This does get decrewed. Could lose his Panzer IV. It's blitzing out. And does get away with it. So the Vet 3 Zis finally goes down. A lot of highly vetted anti-tank guns though for the Allies. Okay, double Stuks coming in from the side here. This could actually be big trouble. Pack coming in behind this. Oh, with the button on one of them. Down it goes. Switched over to the armor piercing as well on his 152. Nice use of the button though from Melomaniac. Wolfers coming in once again. Some good damage in once again. They must be vetting up nicely here. 26 kills, Vet 3. 22 kills on this one. Wolfers getting some good damage in. So we're making use of the recon planes as well. There's another grenadier though. He really needs to keep his elephant a little bit further forward, so like, if the Scots are in range, the Scots are getting hit, or if the ISU 152 is in range, that's also getting hit. These AT guns are keeping them honest. Allies have finally managed to make some headway on the right hand flank as well, securing that. So Axis is looking a little bit grim. Emperor Legi's armor preservation probably overall the deciding factor so far in how this match is going. A double Werfer this time in the middle VP maybe? No, going after this M1 and he decrews it. Gets the results. Straight away gets recrewed. Weapon health very low though. Next time it gets decrewed, probably go down. Scott takes a big hit from the alley. So SU-85 rotating around to the other side. T-34 now in support for Melomaniac as well. It's got the SU-85 in a nice angle, so if the Stug tries to rotate around to fight the T-34, it's going to take some big SU-85 shots there. Maxim's also in a really nice position here. Good setup from Melomaniac. All Panzer IV is still alive here. Good preservation on them, but he has been using them very passively. Here we go, double Werfer barrage. That was on the Vet 3 one as well. Just completely destroys it. And maybe now we're going to see a bit more aggression. Still got 2 anti-tank guns. ISU 152's on a high explosive right now though. Some action. Pack's in a nice position on this flank. But the Axis desperately need a VP. Looks like they're going to try to get it done in the middle. Elephant once again very far back. Really needs to keep this in a more aggressive position so I can return fire on the 152. You know, when you've got spotting scopes, when you've got recon planes, the chances of the elephant getting ambushed are quite low, so you should really be using it more aggressively. Looks like the second wave hit in Vet 2 now. They've really been stacking up the kills. Oh, could he get the Scott? He does! The elephant combining with the rockets actually knocking out the Scott there. smallNhii has actually been taking a lot of casualties. He's really been suffering from these double werfers. Been sucking his manpower dry. Lost 2 Scots now as well. So similar scenario, I think both times it was the elephant with the rocket follow-up. Okay, we've got P-47s deployed here from smallNhii. Quite deep in enemy territory as well. Panzer IVs, which have evacuated the area. We do have a 222 from Emperor Lee, which is moderately effective against aircraft. Looks like he's pulling the elephant right back, right out of the area. Did manage to secure the central VP. Squads coming in there now though for the allies. Axis really need to... well, PRIZRAK really needs to repair his tanks and send them up over to this flank to clear it out. Panzer IVs will be very effective on that side of the map. Things not going too well here for Emperor Lee. About to lose just about everything here, it looks like. Maybe his teammate can save the day. 35 missing a few shots, but it's not going to matter. PRIZRAK pushing back and almost knocking out the 152 with the elephant there. Now we've got a precision bombing run coming in here. Doesn't get the job done. The M1 did a bunch of damage. Jackson perhaps thinking about going in. Bit of a traffic jam in the base here as well. Right, yeah, T-gun gets decrewed. Maxim doing some work in the middle. Looks like it's going to try to clean that up. T-34-76 could be in trouble. No, Stug not chasing in. Maxim gets outright destroyed there. But once again, the VP pressure is on the Axis. They really need to get things going here. Just a massive repairs for PRIZRAK. He's at a supply limit. Not much more he can do.
Guards troops ready for action.
Okay, we've got a big dose of smoke coming in here. Double mortar teams covering the advance. Finally, looks like the Axis is going to get a VP under their control, but 100 VPs left. They really need to motor. Roofers both ready to fire. It could be critical. This next big engagement could decide the match because the Axis just have such bad VP control. Werfer barrage going after that. After the anti-tank gun, so not too effective with those 2 Werfer barrages, honestly. Elephant's ready to roll. 1 Panzer IV is also ready to roll. He really needs... I'm very surprised. Nothing has tried to come over here to contest this VP for so long for the Axis. Really surprising to me. Okay, Panzer IV right on top of the ZIS. Okay, they get the neutralized, so the VPs are stalled right here for the Axis, which is good. They decrew the ZIS. SU-152 is finally back, ready to fire and fight again. Jackson hasn't seen too much action. Keep thinking like, is there some AA for the Allies, but they just seem to be... It's the 152 just shooting them down. Somehow it's Dishka just getting super lucky. Time and time again. So it seems like the Axis have now a slightly firmer grasp, especially on this left-hand VP. ISU coming through the middle here. Jackson forcing away the Panzer IV. Often also getting pushed back. Riffers must be ready to fire again. Okay, in comes one. Got the anti-tank strafe coming in. There's a bunch of damage to both the 152 and the Scott, but they do clear the area. Does make things a little bit dicey for the Allies though. Riffer getting the wipe on the central VP. Because now the Allies have to try find a way either around or just can't really contest it. What is he doing with that? E4 blitzing in though, perhaps going after that blowhouse ZIS that got spotted just before. Another anti-tank gun there though, 3 anti-tank guns. Quite low. Looks like Melomaniac's going to try making an assault on this side of the map. Riffers continuing to do the damage. They're definitely been the MVP of this match. 43 on this, 36 on the other. Button combining here. T-34. Ooh. Secure the kill on one of the Stugs. T-34 clears the arc of the pack. And pack threatening to get decrewed by the guards here. Needs to hold the line and recrew it with one of the pioneers though. Oh, in comes another T-34. And Emperor Lee just outright retreating here. Okay, we've got a marked vehicle coming in here. Combining with P-47 rocket strafe. Could this be the end of the Elephant? Elephant, oh, gets penetrated frontally by the T-34. That might actually get the kill. Jackson coming in for it now, and he does get it. Elephant a little bit unlucky there. A lot of frontal penetrations on its tough frontal armor. And no, that could be it. PRIZRAK throwing in the towel after losing the Elephant there. Well, that was pretty well executed by this random team there. The marked vehicle P-47's a classic in the 2v2. Really, Emperor Lee let down the team. His control of his units is just not that strong, honestly. Like his armor preservation and armor utilization, pretty poor. In scenarios which, you know, you should be able to hold and defend, he just couldn't.
Our brave infantry is dying.
But, you know, PRIZRAK put up a really good fight with the Werfers. I felt like maybe he should have been a little bit more aggressive with his Panzer IVs, and especially on this flank. Like he really could have got some damage done. Just didn't manage to contest this. But I think the problem was Emperor Lee kept pushing over to this side. Whereas if Emperor Lee rotated around to the middle. PRIZRAK came out to the side with its Panzer IVs. Both the Panzer IVs away from the anti-tank guns. The masses anti-tank guns in the middle might have been very effective, but you know, it's random teams as well. Seems like maybe, you know, this might be a Chinese player combining with maybe some kind of European player, so the communication may not be that strong. But that's it. I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game recast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.